Hello and welcome to our lecture on intermediate sanctions. This is actually a very brief lecture just to highlight some of the different sanctions that we use that are, not quite as significant as incarceration, but maybe have a little bit more weight to them than a traditional probation experience. A lot of times we also use these in conjunction with a probation sentence as well. So let's take a look at some of these. We have a variety of different types of intermediate sanctions that we use in the criminal justice system, and I'm going to focus here today on 5 of them. The first one is house arrest. House arrest So when we look at the types of intermediate sanctions, it's important to think about why are we using these, right? So first off, we are thinking about concerns about rising incarceration rates and prison overcrowding, right? We acknowledge that we can't just send everybody to prison. We just don't have enough space, right? Intermediate sanctions is something that really rose to popularity during the 1990s at about the same time that we did see our prison population explode. And a lot of these came to play because you had a number of individuals that were not supervised or they were under supervised due to large caseloads. And so we recognized that there needed to be that middle ground between just a basic probation sentence and sending somebody to prison. Now, one of the nice things about intermediate sanctions, in addition to providing these additional sentencing options, is that you can really tailor your interventions to the unique needs of an offender. And it also gives you that opportunity to play with new and emerging technologies as a way to supervise clients. So, for example, house arrest and electronic monitoring, right? Both of these require offenders to remain in their homes in lieu of being in jail or prison. Now, it does permit people to leave for short-term approved purposes, and it also allows for kind of a control of somebody's behavior, right, as a way of keeping the community safe. In addition to using house arrest and electronic monitoring as kind of a post-sentence intervention, we also see this used during pretrial release as a condition of somebody's bond, right? Now, electronic monitoring allows us to use technology to follow the location of an offender. So, for example, GPS monitoring, we can basically require somebody to wear a GPS bracelet on their ankle, which allows us to locate and monitor the movement of offenders. That certainly is much more sophisticated technology than what electronic monitoring looked like back in the day, which was connected to your phone line and really just noted whether or not you left a certain distance away from your home or not, right? Global positioning can track you kind of wherever you go, as long as you're wearing that bracelet. The second you cut it off, nope, you can't track them anymore. We use electronic monitoring quite often to help reinforce house arrest, and it does show to be pretty effective in that way. Now, work or study release programs, these require an offender to maybe either be in custody during nights or weekends, and then they leave, say, like a jail setting during the day to either go to work or go to school, right? So this allows them to transition back into the community to maintain those community ties, maintain employment, but still have that kind of punitive effect of incarceration. The flip side of that is a day reporting center, and this is where you are required kind of the reverse of that work or study release, right? Work or study release is when you are living in custody during the evenings and weekends and you're out during the day. A day reporting center basically means that you're living at home during the evenings, and it requires you to attend a program or center during the day. Now, both of these programs can create a system of accountability and also enforce a sentence by the court. One of the nice things about day reporting centers is that these can then provide job assistance, right? Maybe you are going to a center that offers classes on resume writing, interview techniques, job searching. A day reporting center could also provide treatment classes on anger management, drug or alcohol classes, right? So you're providing services while still maintaining that security feature. But both of these programs save so much money in comparison just to having somebody incarcerated all the time. Now, these can be used both as a pretrial or post-conviction form of supervision. And we do find that they, like I said, are quite effective in preventing both recidivism as well as preventing those failure to appears if they're used at a pretrial point. Finally, halfway houses. These are transitional living arrangements that are used for ex-offenders once they are released from jail or prison. These residences can provide supervision of offenders, so it's kind of the halfway step. Again, the word halfway, right? You're exiting prison, but you're not completely and totally on your own. There's usually some sort of requirement to participate in programs that are designed to help somebody with their reentry process. A lot of times, these halfway houses could be run by faith-based organizations, so you do see that there, and they're very much focused on rehabilitation. We find that private foundations will help support these, again, that faith-based relationship there, or maybe you have halfway houses that contract with local counties to provide bed space for offenders when they are leaving. That's what we have today on intermediate sanctions. Thanks, and we'll see you later. Bye.